And I'm in enemy territory, and hopefully I don't get demonetized because of the music and copyrights and all that crap. Well, there's entirely too many people in the fishing aisle to film anything over there just yet, so we do need to pick some other stuff up, though. Gotta take care of the Forerunner. And I don't know what Walmart's problem is, but they never have these jig heads in 1/32 ounce. I've looked at multiple stores over the last 6 months, and they're only available in 16th ounce for some reason. And don't ever waste your money on these things. These are just a massive waste of time. Shad are perfectly fine as they are. They don't need whatever this preservative crap is. And for real, these Ozark trail baits are looking pretty dang good nowadays. Like that kind of resembles the TN70 by Jackal, I think. Decent looking little rattle trap top bait. And that right there is just a straight up nasty, in a good way looking jerk bait. Might have to grab one or two. Alright, so we are back down here at the little park we was at in the previous video where we did a little bit of wading here in North GA. And we are going to get some revenge on some of these little micros down here. Problem is we got a little bit of a breeze because, you know, that's happening way over there. But we're going to be using some really, really small baits. I'm talking like 80th ounce at the biggest. Yeah. 80th ounce at the biggest, 200th ounce at the smallest. And since it's hotter than the backside of Satan's nutsack, finally remembered to grab some water while I was picking some stuff up on the way down here. So anyway, we got about an hour and a half at most to fish, so let's not waste it by yapping even more. There's a lot more people down here today than there was the other day, but that's all right. Hopefully there ain't too many down here swimming, because there is some good swimming down here. The plus side is it's not nearly as hot as it was the last time. Got that good little breeze. It's about 85, 87. All right, the first bait we're going to try, this is I believe an 80th or 100th ounce jig head with a Euro tackle something. I forget what it's called. I feel like I got down here a little bit too late because it is like 7:30, but I mean I have got a few bites so far, just no connections. And what is our first? What it is? You are all kinds of wrapped up. Well, we did come in contact with it. It was a little red-breast sunfish. It was just wrapped up something crazy and barely hooked at the same time. And we're snagged, and we broke off. Alright, the tackle box we're using today is one of the Mule Fishing Supply Company tackle boxes. It's a two-sided deal. This side here has a foam pad so that you can put pre-rig stuff in or whatever you want to. This side is where your, terminal, hard baits, whatever you want to do. So what all do we have left? You know what, it's probably going to be too small to really do much casting with, but we're going to put on a little trout magnet, 1/200th ounce jig head with another Euro tackle bait. I tell you what, it is definitely cooler out today, but it's also very swampy right now. It's just a lot more humid than it was a couple of days ago. Hey, we got something. What we got? We got us a pretty dang nice green sunfish. Eating that little 200th ounce jig head. Man, that is one pretty fish. And we'll get it back. Hey, you got something else. Kind of thought I was just on a snag or something. Stay hooked. Fine specimen of a female redbreast. Female redbreasts are usually not nearly as vibrant as the males are. Now, I started to buy like a 4.6 or preferably like a 5 foot or 5.6 ultralight rod when I was at Walmart earlier. But they didn't have the rod that I wanted to get it in, and the next cheapest I wasn't paying $35 for. But what we got here today, just for throwing these super light 80th ounce and 100th ounce, 200th ounce baits, is a Daiwa Presso. It's now like a 6 foot, 6'2" ultralight fast, 4-pound Creek Life Fluoroco braid, and a Daiwa Revros LT1000. It's been like one of my favorite ultralight rods because before I broke the tip off of it, this thing was a very, very noodly rod. Like these little 4 and 5 inch bluegill felt like something substantial. And some parts of this creek, especially the opposite side there where I can get to, it's much more beneficial to have a shorter rod like 4.6, 5 foot, or 5.6. Just because a lot of the low hanging branches and stuff like that, the typical crap you deal with in small streams. Alright, this creek has actually come down quite a bit since the last time we were here. Caught a stickfish. And as soon as it hit the water right there, something just T-boned it. Don't tell me that this 200th ounce bait is too big for some of these fish, because that is as small as I can go. Oh, turn it. I'm getting a ton of bites in this little pocket right here, and it probably ain't 1.5 feet deep. It's just they're unfortunately smaller than what I can downsize to. Except for you. What are you? Stay on. Fine specimen of a juvenile green sunfish. I'm pretty sure that is. Yep. That is a pretty little fish. This is a fine specimen of what I'm talking about by targeting micro style fish. Now this isn't true micro fishing, but for most U.S. creeks, this is a good representation of micro fish. All right, calm down. I'm gonna get you out. One more look. Basically what I'm having to do, since this bait is so light, is cast as far upstream as I can, excuse the highway, and just let it drift down with very little, like very, very slow reel retrieve. Because this current's pushing it fast enough. I'm just giving it a real light twitch. But in that deeper part, I'm just letting it sink as far as I can before it starts moving too much. Ooh, what do we have? That's a little bit nicer size. Well, that's about the size of that green sunfish we caught earlier, but much meaner redbreast. That's another example of a female redbreast because they're a little bit more muted or pale in colors and a little bit less round than your males are, because the male redbreasts are kind of like bluegill. The bigger they get, they have more of a forehead on them, like a taller body. But I'll just well, that one got off, but it's back where it belongs. I'll just screenshot another one. We'll give this spot another couple of minutes because it's right at 8 o'clock now. But basically what this little pool is right here is all super shallow water, ripples, deeper little channel pocket, super shallow. It's just a single little pocket up here that they're holding in, because apparently that water ain't nearly as swift the farther down you get. They got a lot more rocks and stuff to hide behind. Well, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Squishy socks and all. No, I'm not gonna lie, it does feel pretty dang good. Downside is these Skechers I'm wearing are not slip resistant in any way, shape, or form. So I have to be ultra careful with where I step. Like, I stood on that rock multiple times the other day, and the butthole was puckered. Hey, we got one. Hey, 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 hey. Is that what I think it is? No, but it is a new species. That is just a common shiner. Now, if it was a striped shiner, it'd be a little bit more golden color, and it would have more vertical bars with its darker scales, but that is just a common shiner. Dang, I've been trying to get a picture of this fish for the last second or two. These are very squirrely fish. There we go, picture captured. Fish back. I can't tell where at all I'm casting to in these little ripples. I'm just letting it drift down with a little bit of twitch and just waiting for a bite. I'm getting plenty of them. Oh, there was one. But they're all super, super small fish, which is perfectly okay as long as I get a hook in their mouth, because those micros are what we are here for. And I know micro fishing ain't a lot of people's thing. Like, why would you spend your time targeting all those small fish? Well, there's a lot of fish that most people don't even know exist that are catchable. A lot of different shiner species. Please be on. Dang it, it wasn't. That poor fish, I yanked it all the way over here, and that wasn't even a hard hook set. But yeah, there's a lot of shiner species and panfish species that a lot of people don't even know about. Like several on a river just north of me, I learned about last year or early the year before, or late the year before, the spot tail shiner, I think it was. Anyway, I'll put it on the screen. A couple of different shiners I didn't know existed, and yeah, they had to be caught on special equipment like Tanago hooks, stuff like that. Darn it, there's a lot of bites down there. But there's so many other species that nobody really thinks about or even knows about that can provide you that bite you're looking for. As soon as it hits the water down here just behind these rocks, something is hitting. It's just, they're too small. Except that one. Stay put. Stay put. What are you? Hey! You're another species that I was hoping to run into down here. Are you what bit me 1,900 times down there? Another little Coosa bass. Now these things don't get much bigger than about 8 inches. Some have been caught around 10 or 11. I think I've caught one that was around 12. But these do not get very big. Another little Coosa bass. One of the meanest little bass species in any of these small creeks here in North Georgia, Southeast Tennessee, and I think some parts of extreme Northeast Alabama. But let's get that one back. But yeah, a lot of people would frown upon, you know, this kind of fishing. Like, those fish ain't worth catching and all this and that. Hey, I'm having a blast catching these little fish. I mean, yeah, they're not putting up a huge fight, but when you ain't catching shit elsewhere, go to a little small creek with some super light jigs and an ultralight. You'll start catching some fish. This is another problem that you do have with ultralight jigs every so often. They do like to slip through your eyelets, which sucks, but they're easy enough to get back through there. Let's see if we can flick over here into the back side of this. I know it's probably too dark for y'all to see, but I wanted to give it just a couple of casts. And I missed that cast, but it didn't matter. I believe we got us another species. That could be a long ear. It's got different color fins than some of the other stuff that we've caught. A lot of the same color patterns as a green sunfish. Yeah, that cast, I actually accidentally put it up on the bank, and as soon as it flopped loose, it hit the water, and that one came after it. Hey, we got one more. Something super, super small. Tell you what, these mosquitoes are eating me alive. Yeah, it's another little juvenile green sunfish. Even these tiny ones like this can be lipped. Starting to think that other one we caught that we kind of questioned being a long ear was actually a green sunfish, because this one's definitely a green sunfish, but it also has the same red and orange tips. So we're going to give it just a couple more minutes and then head out, because it's just darker, darker, and darker. Mosquitoes are just getting brutal. That's another one. And got off. It's another little greenie. Whew. Downside of using this 200th ounce jig head is when I pop it loose from a snag, I can't see it. It's a spicy little 200th ounce missile coming straight at you if you don't know where it's at. Hey, you got us another one. Stay on, stay on, stay on. Are you in the mouth, or did I snag you? No, you're in the mouth. I got you. Another little common shiner. These things actually get pretty dang big. They're like super, super aggressive. Like, they're not as aggressive as a war paint shiner, but they get very aggressive. And you can catch them upwards of 7 to 8 inches. Like, it's not uncommon in some small creeks to see them around that 5 to 6 inch mark on average. There's that beaver. That beaver has it out for me, I bet. I am not fighting one of them bastards. Last time, he warned me that he was coming. He slapped his tail and it sounded like somebody throwing rocks in the water. That time he didn't give me that luxury of knowing he was there.
Oh, that one puckered up my butthole.
Well, I guess on that note, since it's getting too dark to really be down here anyway, we're gonna wrap her up and call it quits. Well, it's kind of like the good old days of the 90s. When the street lights come on, it's time to go to the house. Because if you wasn't home when those lights came on, you was getting ass whooping. Well, y'all, that was not a bad little afternoon. You know, might be to somebody else that don't like this micro fishing type of thing. But me, hey, I like this kind of stuff. You never know what you're really going to catch, because there's so many other species out there that nobody knows about or even tries to find out about because they're too small. And I still get a couple of hate comments every so often, like, those fish are so tiny, why bother? Keep making those comments. All you're doing is making me more money when you make trash comments anyway. But anyway, we caught several different species. I believe it was green sunfish, common shiner, coosa bass, and red breast, and I believe a long ear. I'm gonna have to kind of look at that one a little bit better, but I think it was. So anyway, if you're interested in doing some of this micro fishing type of stuff, get you something with like some 2 or 4 pound test. Go out with some like 80th ounce jig heads. I'll try to leave some stuff in the video description so you can go check it out. You know, specialty hooks and, you know, things like that. Ultra light, ultra small baits, and catch fish that you probably didn't know even existed. Plus, this is also a really good way to catch bait if you want to go bass fishing with it, or catfishing or something like that. Check out all the links in the video description. If you want to support the channel, those are affiliate links. We'll see you in the next one.